Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! The following video will contain spoilers from the Flash Season 3 premiere episode titled Flashpoint. If you don't want anything ruined for you, stop watching now. Hey guys, Dave here. Okay, I'm sorry I've been a little late for getting this video out. Dealing with the stress of Hurricane Matthew has been kind of iffy. It's delayed several of my things I was having to do for a bit. And I woke up this morning to a killer migraine. I mean, I was sick. I was vomiting. I hope it's not morning sickness. I mean, I don't remember being with anybody, and I know that's biologically not how it works, but if somehow men can get pregnant now, I am going to be blaming Barry for what he did in Flashpoint, as well as the crew of the Wave Rider, but I think I'm safe. Oh God, I don't even want to think of what would come out. Anyway, I'm going to keep this review brief. Basically, we got to see Barry in this new timeline after saving his mother from Eobard Thawne and taking Thawne away and locking him up in our current time. Apparently, it's been 3 months since they arrived back. Barry was trying now to meet up with Iris West, who apparently he never really got to room with, much less get to have a relationship with her or her father in this reality. And he goes very rough as far as for attempting to, you know, I mean, this is Cisco trying to hook up with Kendra rough, but it was still kind of adorable. She still said yes for going out on a date, and it looked pretty good. And during this, we also have a big rush going on in a fight with the Flash, who happens to be Wally West, dressed, you know, in his Kid Flash outfit, fighting the rival. Barry, being the only one that can keep up with him, he watches out for them. The rival apparently is a big thing about trying to be the top dog in Speedster. He starts doing lightning throws, throwing it around, almost hits Barry. Wally gets him out of the way. He takes off after him. And it's pretty exciting, because this is a brand new Divergent world. Barry's happy with his mom and dad. He seems to have everything he really wanted, despite the fact that there are little changes here and there to this timeline. He also tried to talk with Eobard while imprisoned, and Eobard's trying to let him know, look, this whole thing is a lie, and sooner or later time is going to screw you. And it's going to come, and it's going to take me with you. And Barry's refusing to listen. And fortunately, it looks like he knew about ways to dampen Thawne's speed, so he's not getting out. So Barry is prepared to live out the rest of his life in this, and he's happy to pass the torch, as it were. But then, as he starts going out with Iris, he has a weird seizure, and memories that he had start to disappear. He's not really sure what the heck happened, but then he started also going to another fight with Wally and the rival. He tries to remember to catch Wally using an air float, but he doesn't quite get it. He manages to unmask him to prove that it is Wally, as if you couldn't tell before. But, yeah, so they realize, okay, he knows who this guy is now. He wakes up. And we also find out that Wally and Iris are effectively a team working with this thing, trying to fight and solve crime. Joe, on the other hand, seems to have been hitting rather hard. He's becoming practically an alcoholic, missing days of work, and he looks like he's going to be losing his job if he doesn't straighten up. Barry tries to be buddy-buddy with him, but he doesn't want any part of him. It just kind of gets rough. We start getting more of these little spurts where he keeps losing his memory. He eventually goes to talk to Thawne about this, and he says that, well, yeah, this is what happens. You're remembering your old universe, but the more you use your speed, the more it's going to be erased, and soon you won't be able to go back to it, and you'll even forget being the Flash anymore. So that was kind of a kick in the junk. Eventually, though, he realizes, okay, he's got to try to stop this rival guy and maybe try to fix the timeline. So he ends up revealing himself as the Flash to Wally, Iris, as well as Cisco Ramon in this reality, which is very rich, but he has little things like saying, I don't fight crime. You know what happens if you mess with speedsters? You get a super speed hand through the heart. How would he know that unless he had his vibe powers? And in this reality, he's a billionaire, so my guess is he's actually coming up with brilliant tech that he's been vibing from himself from other universes, and money being made on that. So that's my theory, at least. So manages to bring those people together, including Dr. Caitlin Snow, which is actually more of an ophthalmologist in this reality, which is kind of a kick in the junk. But they realize that they need to find a way to stop the rival. So the two Flashes seem to be better than one. Wally is definitely more headstrong and may not be the most scientific guy, but he does try at least. So he's, dare I say, impulsive. Eventually, though, they do manage to track down the rival, and it looks like it's going to be a good 2-on-1 fight. And Wally's actually rushing ahead. He manages to get some good shots in until he gets stabbed in the back by the rival. Barry's going to try to get him out of there. He's like, no, you want to prove you're the best? You beat me in a fight? Then I'll let you run your friend to get medical attention. He does, Barry's hiding up with him a pretty good a bit, but then he has another memory loss flash there, and rival starts creating 2 tornadoes, and he's not really sure if he can stop them. Iris does the heartfelt speech thing to him through the speaker and said, look, you are the Flash. He remembers this enough. He gets his second wind back, comes in, actually goes into the tornadoes, runs around the wind on the inside of them, canceling it out, and jumps from one to the other, speeds up. The rival's like, that's impossible. Manages to negate them, comes down, beats the crap out of him, and he admits, okay, you're the fastest, okay. So the rival was apprehended. Wally's taken for medical attention, but something's wrong. He should be super speed healing, but he's not. It looks like he's in critical, and I'm not sure if he's going to be able to make it. Well, at this point, Barry tells Iris what he needs to do. They say one last goodbye to the Allen family, and then he goes to Eobard Thawne to ask for help. And Thawne not only was so smug knowing this was going to happen, but he even says, I want to hear you say what you want me to do. Which, talk about, this is a villain right here. This is a twist in the frickin' gut with the knife here. I need you to kill my mother, like, with pleasure. And just as Barry's about ready to head off with him, he loses virtually all of his memory being the Flash. Thawne grabs him and says, now it's my turn to be the hero. Runs back in time, negates out from that Flash and Reverse Flash failing and being able to kill his mom, goes and stabs Nora in the heart, and then brings Flash back and says, oh, don't worry, now your life is back the way it should be, and wait till you see what I have in store for you. And takes the hell off. And it becomes frightening to see just the whole line being blurred between good and evil in that regard. I mean, we know that Barry's the hero, but from Thawne's position, it really gets shaky there. And we have Joe and Wally inside, waiting for him. And it looks like, wow, I must be really popular right now. Joe and Wally are waiting inside. It happens right after, Barry lost his dad, and Barry notices that there's no Iris. Where is Iris? Okay, that's not even funny. Apparently in this reality now, Iris has not really spoken to Joe in a while. They're estranged. So now Barry's wondering what happened now. Meanwhile, in this reality, Edward Claris, who I don't think ever got those rival speed powers, gets a message from Dr. Alchemy on the mirror trying to wake him up to try to reveal his destiny. So Alchemy's starting to come into play. This is going to get interesting here. I still think that maybe he has something to do with the connection of the Philosopher's Stone being a part of the Megaverse, or multiverse I should say. So we'll see what happens there. Also, I know I'm a little late, and like I said, I do apologize for that. I was hoping for more in this Flashpoint thing, but it was still a good episode for starters. I was just hoping for a little bit more, but with the whole ramifications of reality being so flexible and fluid and being able to be screwed with so easily, it could really kind of mess things up. I'm looking forward to seeing the next episode, which I think actually will have Jay Garrick in it, so that's going to be awesome. So, ramifications for time travel, all this thing, and now Dr. Alchemy's coming into it. It's one thing I love about The Flash is it's a show that it gets you hooked. It's a feel-good superhero show, and that little epilogue thing makes you anxious for the next week's episode. It's so awesome. I love it. And yeah, once again, I'm happy to be, doing reviews on it. Oh, I plan on doing reviews for The Flash, Legends of Tomorrow, and maybe some sporadic reviews for Supergirl, but I'm going to be roasting episodes of Arrow. Please check out my first Arrow roast video for Legacy, as well as my Arrow roast the rules to see why I'm doing it and what lines I will and will not cross, as well as my Ode to Black Canary music video to really show you how I feel about how the show has gone. But yeah, it looks like also this is the first real review with The Flash saying that Supergirl will not officially be merging and crossing over into the Arrowverse. Supergirl might be popping over from her Earth into the other Earths to interact at times, and I know it's going to happen with the invasion storyline with the Dominators, but it doesn't look like they're going to be fully on merging, so it's going to be interesting to see how that works. So hopefully it'll be a good thing. What do you guys think? Please like, comment, subscribe, share, pass this bad boy around. And there's one thing I have learned so far about my Arrow roast videos. Two things. One, people seem to be enjoying the nickname I've given if Felicity becomes the new Black Canary, Black Fei-Fei. And two, everyone agrees no one wants to see Black Fei-Fei. So there's that. Alright, so guys, I'm going to try to get some rest here. You can probably see I would not, my best feel right now, but I'm going to try to get some rest. Hopefully this headache will go down. I hope you enjoyed The Flash. I'll try to get back on a regularly scheduled program as long as there's no more hurricanes or storms to try to mess up my time. Alright guys, take care. Peace. Yum yum.